Yeah, there's a certain amount of tweeting and Twitterati goes on of a Thursday here, and it's time to welcome Sean Defoe to the fold. Good morning to you, Sean.
That's lovely, chilled music to start a row on. I absolutely disagree with Maria's attestations about a mint arrow. That is despicable talk. They are
dead
fantastic
to me. You are
They're
dead
fantastic.
To me. We're done.
I don't know what you're saying. They're
We're done.
lovely.
I'm leaving the studio right now. It's
lovely and light and minty.
You obviously struck a chord there, because he didn't even say hello to you. He was straight into you on the mint arrow.
In for the kill.
Mint arrow is better than regular arrow. I'd put that out there.
Oh no, it might be better if it had dark chocolate on it, but it's also and it's pale green, and it's no.
No, I love an old mint arrow, I have to say. Yeah, it's a bit different, Sean, but yeah, for me it's Toblerones. How do you feel about Toblerones out on the road?
I like a good Toblerone. Someone handed me a Toblerone now fresh out of the airport, I'd be happy out. Nothing against a Toblerone.
Triangle of darkness, it's Toblerone. Well, it can stay out on the road as far as I'm concerned. We had a lot of people saying that Turkish Delight.
Turkish Delight, yeah.
Turkish Delight.
That.
I don't mind an old Turkish Delight. I mean, so you don't get them very often anyway.
No, I wouldn't be mad at it now, it's fine. Bounty would probably be the one I wouldn't. Or did you know those picnic bars, the ones with the raisins in them? Anything with raisins in it you can get out.
Yeah, well, I do like raisins. I have to say.
Fruit and nut, because was it Audrey who doesn't like fruit
Audrey
and nut?
was saying fruit and nut. She's not gone on.
Fruit and nut is a good whole nut ruined by the addition of raisins.
Yeah, I think the addition of raisins to any chocolate just makes it markedly worse.
We
finally have some common ground.
I am totally at odds there, honest to God. A job at the UN, it would be easier in trying to find a middle ground here. Anyway, Mr. Defoe, good to be talking to you.
Yes, and you. Happy Thursday.
Almost
Thursday.
Friday. Yeah, a couple of things. For God's sake, keep your mind on the here and now. A couple of things to talk about. The Emmys going virtual for the first time ever, which is going to be a big thing, the fact that they will be virtual.
I'm not going to lie, I was selfishly thinking of our own radio awards ceremony, which is usually one of the how do I put this phrase, messiest and most fun nights of the year, and I was thinking what's going to happen there, so maybe they'll follow the Emmys. It's all going virtual, but they have to work out, because whatever about, if you're having a radio awards or whatever, but people aren't going to be too fussy, but the people at the Emmys, they're going to be fussy, so they're having to work out, right, we need to bring lighting kits, we need to bring cameras to their homes, we need to make them look good whenever they're, because everyone gets all dolled up and all that, so that I think that's good, where you're going to see a nightmare, and I kind of hope you have all the Kardashians or Paul Mescal or whoever is going to be really dramatic about it and demand all this lighting, and then you're going to have I don't know, someone else who's just on a plain Skype line from a beach somewhere. That's my hope.
There's a lot of logistics to think of right enough. Following on from that Emmy line of things, Paul Mescal, you only mentioned him there. The Guardian newspaper and a couple of other newspapers across the water officially dubbed him as British talent, along with Andrew Scott from Fleabag, of course.
Of course, anyone who does anything good is just claimed by the Brits, aren't they, straight away? They're like, I wish they would just, claim fruit and nuts instead and take something away from us. It did get me thinking, and I saw some people tweeting, putting out on Twitter, and this is an interesting one to see what people think. What are the Irish celebs that you guarantee the British press would never steal?
Would never claim.
Would never try and claim and come after, would they ever come after Bono or somebody and just say, people we might want to get rid of and be like, oh yeah, okay, go on. But no, they're officially, the Brits are at it again.
Oh, it's another shadow you cast on it, right enough, when you think in those terms. You've seen as well, some people consider as well, 84 official complaints as offensive, crude and over-descriptive. The Tampax ads have been banned on the tele.
Yeah, Maria, you go ahead on this as the woman in the conversation.
It's a stupid ad.
I don't know the way you passed the ball there very quickly.
It's a stupid ad, but would you really be bothered complaining about it?
And you know
if you're going to complain about an ad, complain about your woman who goes around her house going, coffee, 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 coffee.
It's so stupid, and I love the way that in the description of it, okay, they didn't actually take an issue with the content of the ad necessarily. It was just the fact that 84 people decided to complain. So we now officially know that is the threshold if you want to get an ad cancelled. It doesn't matter what's in the content of it. The content might be fine, but if you have an issue with that coffee ad, you just need to round up 84 mates around the broadcast centre, Maria, and that's what we can do to get things cancelled. But it's totally stupid. It's absolutely stupid. It's something that happens for women every single month, and God knows, and I'll probably get cancelled for about this, but God knows men hear enough about it as well. So like, we need to be able to actually just look at these advertisements and not take issue.
But like, it's 30 seconds of your life that you either switch off or you don't look at. You don't have to complain about it.
Well, I think that was the main gist. I did a little straw poll with some of the females of the broadcast centre here, and they were pretty much the same as yourself. Just stupid ad, but couldn't understand the banning of it.
Yeah, like, it's not, if you're sitting having your dinner, it's probably not an ad you want to watch, but like, at the same time, it's not that offensive, and it's over, and by the time you've cut through your potatoes, so get over it.
Do you remember the farming ads years ago? There was a big furore about that as well, listening to somebody telling you about sarscoptic mange mite and scour over your supper.
Or do you know what? Do you know what I find worse, actually? Do you know what I find actually more offensive? Is that carbon monoxide ad with the giant bird pretending to be from the Dubliners, who terrifies me every single time. So it's a tune, and then suddenly...
the carbon monoxide for you. He's supposed to be Luke Kelly or something, is he?
Yeah, and it's like, you're sitting in your home happy as Larry, but you might die any second. So, that needs to be cancelled.
I kind of like him.
But again, like, we wouldn't be bothered getting in touch with anyone to insist that it is cancelled, because we've got other things to do.
Simple as.
But if I'm asked on the radio, I will complain about it. So there you go.
Platform.
Good stuff. Well, Sean, that's almost where we're going to leave it. Anything else for us before you bid us farewell and go off to find a chocolate bar you actually like?
Now I'm going to have plenty. Although, the one other thing I would actually mention, and it's put me off having chocolate bars this week, is Richard Bruton's dad bod. We need to have a talk about that.
Do you know what? We're only looking at the pictures this morning. I happened to mention to Maria before I saw the pictures that Vladimir Putin used to do these calendars, and probably still does, bare-chested on horseback.
But he's in better shape than Putin, to be fair now.
God knows what.
He is in much better shape. The man is 67 years old, and he is absolutely ripped. And he has been a minister for the last however many years. Like, not exactly any of us who had an excuse, who had an actual excuse for not being able to get our workouts in. Now we have to look at him and go, well, that man was working 16-hour days and still somehow managed to maintain shredded. So he's become this weird government sex symbol to distract from all the everything else that's been going on. Which is a sentence I never thought I'd say.
All these things I do in politics, and what do I get the most reaction to? My abs.
Yeah, I loved the slightly snarky, jealous tweet from the other anchor as well, who was like, "Oh, don't let him put you off North Dublin." It's like, you're just jealous, mate. Come on, he's more ripped than you.
Darn right. And on that note, we'll leave it there, Sean. But listen, great to talk to you, Mr. Defoe. Have a good week yourself.
You too, guys. Have a good one.
Sean.
Talk to you.
Arrows Rock.
No.